you see the kids anywhere?
Frank, Emi, good evening, guys. How are you guys this evening?
Hi, Tim. We're
Good,
doing
we're
great.
good.
Good, yeah, just finishing up working with you guys, so I appreciate your time. Love working with you guys. But how I want to get started, can you guys just describe briefly what your marriage was like before we started working together? Emi, why don't I start with you? What was the marriage like before we started working together?
Uh, right before we started, we were in a very dark place in our marriage. It was fight after fight in front of the children. Um, I think we were very disconnected.
Frank? Again,
Um,
sorry for bringing the negative stuff up, but just as a platform for a conversation.
yeah, before we started the quest for happiness, the equality work, we were, or I was fault finding in almost everything. And there was a lot of disharmony. We were disconnected. We didn't have any deep sense of communication or any deep sense of intimacy um, before we started the work. And we've done a lot of couples work before, but nothing like this.
So it was a pretty bad place. So, what are your thoughts on working with me? Frank, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on working with me?
Um, I had a great time. I fell right into it. I love the book, and when I first looked at that book in a very judgmental, fault-finding way, I'm like, oh, 423 pages of fine print that normally when I open a book I can read. I can't even read without, 150 glasses. So the first time in my life I ever put on glasses was to read equality, and I enjoyed that book more than I could imagine. I would have ever imagined. I love the history part of it. I love the Carl Jung part of it, and I love the couple solution based part of it. So the whole seminar has done wonders for our marriage. And I'll give you a quick example. And not to repeat like what another couple went through, but garbage in this house has always been a bit of a chore because recycle, we do a lot of recycling, right? So plastics and cardboard, and it's a chore, it's a real chore. And without asking throughout this process, Emmy has gotten so much better with recycling, with cardboard, with plastic, with bagging it up. With I got home today, it was all in the garage, ready to be put in the garbage pail and put out. And that's like never ever happened before. And it's not a big deal. And we learned in this program to let all that small stuff go. It's just a chore. If one's better at it than the other, if one's more responsible, just do it and don't bring it up.
Right.
Right. But now, like that, and like so much smaller stuff, like even Monday, I'm home. She's at work, or Tuesday, last week. Um, Cooked dinner. When she got home, dinner was ready. She was so appreciative. I mean, I even gave her a hint in a text, and she was like over the top happy that she came home to dinner made and everything set up and ready for the kids. And it's done wonders for our marriage, really, really. And
Beautiful. Emmy, what are your thoughts?
I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
So what are your thoughts about working with me with your marriage?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. I was able to go really deep inside myself, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was able to go really deep inside myself, and I had some resentments that I had for 10 years, and I was able to release that after our conversation, after reading the book with you. It was amazing.
So what are some of the biggest things you learned, though?
Um, the biggest thing that I learned is to speak up for myself. My words of value, and it can be put into the relationship. Um, it's important, my opinions too.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I used to, in the past, to not talk or not say anything just to keep the peace. But now I'm able to talk and just give my.
But how do you talk? That's the big thing, right?
Yes, yeah, and it's just like it's the conversation is just easy. It just go. Yeah, it's just so nice. We are not fighting in front of the children. Actually, we are not fighting at all. When we have a disagreement, we talk about it. We kind of miss reading the book at night together. Yes, it's been great.
So you basically there's peace in the marriage.
Yes, definitely.
And that's really sort of the point. That's what we talk about. You know, if you can keep your conversation on a logical disagreement basis, as opposed to an argument basis, and in fact, I've been proud of you watching you speak up, and your thoughts and Frank's thoughts. That's the whole notion of equality, where you both have an equal say in the marriage, and once you learn that, that's the beautiful thing about the marriage.
Yes, that's right.
So you guys have been getting along this whole time? You want to
Yes.
talk about that?
Yes. Sometimes we have a little disagreement about something, but we are able to just talk through, right?
Oh, it was so much better when we have something to talk about. Or we've had a couple of moments where we could have let them blow up into a fight and gone dark and not communicated
For days.
And there was one, well, not to get specific, but there were a couple times, and once I just said to Emi, let's take a breath here and pause and go meditate. And she completely just, in a very humble way, kind of started laughing and giggling at herself.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it, like right then and there. So
So what would you guys say to somebody that's looking for help in their marriage?
get the book and get to Tim. It's not about feelings and feelings and feelings. It's about thoughts, common sense, and feelings. And it's solution based. It's not just dwelling on feelings and past. It's about getting over issues and working through real life situations without getting hysterical, without getting emotional, and moving forward and keeping your marriage together and being happy.
Emi?
Yes, I would say the same thing. Just work with you. And the book at the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of what is the word?
Chapters.
No, a lot of technical stuff, right? Yeah. Like the companies and everything. I'm like, what does that have to do with our marriage? But yeah, after you just read the book, it just makes sense that marriage is a partnership, and both has to contribute with it emotionally, thinking. Yes, so I definitely would recommend you.
I'm telling you, you guys, it's been great seeing your transformation, seeing you guys go from the beginning, where it was obviously some anxiety between the two of you. Now look at you guys. So, love working with you guys. I do appreciate your guys' time, but best of luck with you guys.
Thank you so much, Tim.
All right, thank you guys.